There we go. Now, do we have more to pop in? Should. Okay. That's a full. That's a full. Okay. I shouldn't be looking at size. I should be looking at condition. And I want to put the wolf meat in because that is going to be a net calorie gain.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Venison, not necessarily. Oh, that got clouded over real quick. Okay. All right, I got room for about 6 more kilos. I should top up the salt as well. Boom, boom. I love this curing box. Even if the pemmican recipe wasn't in the game, the existence of the curing box is just fantastic. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Well, we'll see what we can do. Because cured meat, just amazing. Okay. There we go. So we're going to be, yeah, we'll have 1 left over. That's fine. Oh yeah, I was talking about pemmican as a superfood. The only thing that might usurp it. Oh geez. All right, fine. If you could cure fish, are we what are we doing here, game? Yeah, if you could cure fish and not have it lose its vitamin C, that would be like the non plus ultra when it comes to food. It's light, calorie dense, not stinky, and has vitamin C. And that's a 4-quadrant food right there. So obviously that can't be in the game, or that's all we would have. That's all any long-term survivalist would make.
I'll take it.
All right. Now let's do our B. Oh, okay. We'll go up the coast, turn around, come back. We'll drop off the water, just to lock things in. But yeah, so I totally understand why cured fish does not, in fact, have vitamin C.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Well, okay. So okay, I say this. So why would I call that a superfood? Well, again, as I say, it's light, calorie dense, and doesn't stink. So it's great to carry around. It's fantastic road trip food. The vitamin C would just be the cherry on top. If you want to massage your definition, you could argue that coffee is already a superfood. And yet, yes, I know calling a beverage food is already controversial, but just my thinking is this. If you drink a hot cup of coffee in the game, it's the only thing, as far as I know, that will actually increase all 4 of your meters. It'll give you the warming bonus. It'll give you extra stamina plus the fatigue reduction. It'll give you hydration and it'll give you calories. Not a lot, but still. And yeah, you have acorn coffee, which is like it's just a weaker form of actual coffee. Does anyone make acorn coffee? I gotta say, I love the mug, but that's about it for me. I just, I can, I can think of so many other uses for acorn. Like you can snack on acorns. You can turn acorns into a fishing lure. You can grind the acorns into acorn powder and use them in recipes. I mean, I guess if you're morally opposed to using the trader, and like once you've gone through all the real coffee in the world, the acorn coffee is all you have left, then sure. But beyond that, okay. We'll go and stash our new firewood here. 1 and 2. Grab these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. 90, 30, 30. And what do we have? Oh yeah, the extra cargo pants and dress shoes, which we'll just chuck those somewhere. Those are future repair materials. And so we got a few hours before the lights in the sky return. So now we'll do we'll do the rest of the beach combing here. And yeah, there's beach combing and crumbling and DP as well. Although I need to check back with. I know Batrobe is all into Stardew Valley at the moment, but I want to check back with him on this. Because I have a vague memory of him saying something like, you have like a 48-hour window to get to beach, or maybe even 24 to get to beachcombing loot before it goes away. But I'm almost certain I'm not remembering the entire conversation, because I've seen beachcombing loot stick around for a while. Okay, that is that a wolf? It's a wolf. Can I even get to it? Nope. That's a negative Rooney Chiverino. Yeah, we're under our carry weight and we got crampons on. I don't think they're gonna keep us afloat long enough to harvest the carcass. You really need to be in a rough state to roll those dice. Okay, more fish. Yet another hatchet. We have quite a collection. Take that. We'll come back for the paddle, maybe. Yeah, I have to. Yeah, between DP and Coastal, I have probably found upwards of a dozen hatchets. And if I'm honest, at some point they're all going to be devoted to basically, carving out fishing holes. That would normally be a job for a pry bar, or maybe a heavy hammer if I had a spare, where a conveniently located spare. I'm not touching those. Like, the heavy hammer is easy to fix, right? Like actually the head of the hammer apparently stays just fine. You need a piece of fir firewood. So as long as you got those, you can use the heavy hammer for however you want. But yeah, there's only so many pry bars in the world. I don't know if you can trade for a pry bar. At a certain point, I don't know why you would, because presumably you've checked all the lockers and car boots. So, short of self-defense or for breaking ice, I'm not sure why you would still be in the market for one, but maybe that's a failure of imagination on my part. Okay, another. See, say about hatchets. Where am I gonna? Okay, let me move these inland, so in case I forget them, they won't despawn. I could just leave them there. Actually, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Cause raw fish, they'd be heavy and stinky. So I like to leave them outside fishing huts as future snacks, if nothing else. All right. There we go. We have a Carl Bob. Are you a danger Carl Bob? Nope, you're a safe Carl Bob.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
Disagree, Astrid. All right. Not the sexiest beachcombing haul you'll ever find. That's fine. We got some fish. We got some clothes that'll be repair materials. We got some free fishing tackle and hatchets. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So I'll go. I'll drop the fishing tackle and the hatches off in my favorite fishing hut, and then we'll. Actually, we might get some arrow making in before the Aurora arrives, because we're getting a little low on the on the regular arrows. Because when we do go on this little sojourn I have planned, well, okay, I was telling myself I want to hunt along the way, but if we're gonna be traveling with oil and flour and pills and the moose hide cloak, which is gonna be a disassembly material while we're in the mine, because harvesting clothing is going to be the only way we can reliably pass time. Okay, you're regular jerks. We can just walk past you. If those were Timbies, I'd be concerned, but they are not. But I did say we're gonna do multiple trips, yeah? So maybe the wise thing to do would be take that stuff first and then start the ptarmigan, rabbit, and deer hunt once we've dropped all that stuff off. Because that way, if we do have to be walking around stinky, at least we won't be stinky and slow. Because, yeah, okay, I just had a thought. Yeah, because... Yeah, Timby's on the mind just there. But basically, once we... Actually, where it's... Because I know there are certain zones where Timbies are not allowed to spawn. I don't know that I've ever seen them in Broken Railroad. I know they're not, they don't spawn in the Muskeg, ever. I don't know that they're prohibited in Mystery Lake, or I've just never seen them. I've never seen them in Milton. I've definitely seen them in HRV. That is, that's for damn sure. Okay. All right, fishing tackle. There we go. Yeah, we got a whole mess of that saved up, and our hatchets. It's almost full. So why don't we just move them in here? That'll help. Oh yes, I have a snack before we go. Gamey rockfish. There you go. One for the road. Where is it? Oh yeah, Timbies. Yeah, so I was thinking. So after we leave here, I know Timbies can spawn in coastal. I've seen them like around here about, maybe that way across the logs, and on the far side of Misanthrope. Never seen them in DP or Crumbling. Seen them plenty in PV and Timberwolf. Ash? No. At least I haven't. Blackrock, of course, they're all over. Yeah, I think if I remember, like, so the way the wildlife refresh described it, rather than saying they're guaranteed in Blackrock, Bleak, and what was it? Was it Sundered Pass, or was there another guaranteed Timby zone in Lower Great Bear? I don't know. Can't recall, but yeah, instead of having like a couple guaranteed zones and zero chance everywhere else, now it's you can have a like in those zones there's a much higher chance, but not 100%, and there's like a lower chance in almost every other zone. Is that my wolf? I think it is. It is. Okay. Well, yeah, no sense letting them go to waste, I suppose. That's a decent amount of meat. Okay, we might have to put a pause on the arrow making. That's all right. We have time. Feathers? Feathers. Feathers. There we go. Feathers, plural. Okay. Just checking if the coast is clear. We are stinky. We don't want extra attention if we can help it. Okay. Oh yeah. It's been ages since I've seen the moose back here. Although maybe we're past 600 days in, maybe that has something to do
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
with just the game state, right? Maybe once you're this far into a run, you know, essentially like the big game just takes that long to come back. That's certainly possible. Okay. Wolf hide. Well, okay, that's not going to go anywhere. Yeah, you know what? Give me 2. Yeah, we'll at least get the shafts in, or maybe a little more. Okay, I need. Well, how many shafts do we have? 6. So that's 18 feathers. And 6 arrowheads. All right. Well, actually, as I said, the sun's about to go down, but the aurora is on the way, so maybe we power through. With the help of our quality tools, of course. We'll see how we do. And there's our aurora. Hey, nice. So, drop those.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
Not just yet, my dear. I got one more shuttle run for you.
You again?
Who are you expecting? The Phantom of the Opera?
It'll be there.
You know, so then keeps piping up, like, oh, it's you, or hey, you're back. I think that's. I mean, yeah. Who? I'm the only person you've spoken with in months, years, maybe. Like the surprise would be if it was someone other than me. But then again, our man, well, he no spoilers or anything, but he might not be entirely with us on this plane of existence, if I can be that vague. Is that? I think that's an Aurora wolf out there. Didn't I kill you? Or your non-Aurorified equivalent? Well, no. I was thinking, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Aurorified versions come back regardless. But if that's the case, I would have an Aurorified Petunia way more often than I do. And that would be a horrifying prospect. Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe a wolf just respawned while we were out beachcombing. That could be. I mean, the wolf respawn is cranked to max, so that's hardly an outlandish thing. I know. I mean, I'm what? We're pushing 1,400 hours in this game? No, 1,300 hours in this game. I got 1,400 in Stardew. I keep forgetting. But you would think I had a firmer grasp of some of the mechanics by this point. Especially around the Aurora, given how much time we spend running around with the lights on. But I guess like so many other people, I've got my heuristics, and I just run with it. Because they work, mostly. Although I guess if someday, I'm doing this shuttle run, and Aurorified Petunia just pops up in front of me, I'll just have to say, okay, Gaten, you got me. Hasn't happened yet, but that doesn't mean it can't. Okay, there we go. So that'll give us 100 vitamin C pills. I guess in truth, we're only going to be in the mine for 25 days. Now, what do these things do? They have major vitamin C. I would say we're probably going to be okay. At least in terms of our vitamin intake. Now, our calorie intake, we're working on that. Okay, yeah, we'll get a new trade set up, and then I'll put Astrid to bed. And unless there is something that demands our attention, like we have all the flour we could want. Oil, we're set. I've got a dozen cans of peaches. And we don't get the other Briarhouse ingredients from Sutherland anyway. So, basically, unless we get offered... What? Unless we get offered the caffeine pills, I say to just pick something that looks tolerable and we just go. Because we've... I don't know if you get cabin fever, but for a region, I feel like we would have that for coastal by now. That's fact. Yeah, Astrid by this point almost certainly wants to get out, see the sights, see something other than the coast. Because even before the update that brought the trader into the game, we spent quite a bit of time here. Now, part of that was fishing away like the last month of our run to 500 days, because I very nearly threw the run in the HRV basin, and then on the way here, I did the classic thing where I mistook uncooked bear meat for bear meat, and had to deal with food poisoning and buttworms all over again. So that was mainly playing defense against myself. What? What the fuck? Where the fuck did you come from? What the fuck was that? That fucking thing didn't make a sound.
Pick it up. The voice on the radio is back.
Only because you asked so nicely.
Here's what I have.
Okay, no for the corn. We're not making Thompson Family Stew, and that's the only reason we'd want that. And rip. No caffeine pills. Yeah, he wants a fucking maple sapling for coffee. No. What do you want for that? Just meat. Eh. Okay.
Right.
Alright, well that was some bullshit. Yeah, I'm not stinky, so there shouldn't be any stalking going on. Alright, don't worry about it. We're here. Okay, how's our clothing now? Yeah, I was afraid of that. Okay. I have a little cloth. Oh, right. We walk around with this stupid extra clothing. We're drop that. We'll harvest the cargo pants. Okay, good. Touch up our pants. Wait, 30 minutes for one cloth? Really? That seems like a lot. Okay, and the Aurora's gone. Okay, so no caffeine pills. We're finally going to follow through and do this thing. Although I should go grab some water before we go. Oh no, we can, if we leave via the ice, we can stop by our fishing hut and grab it there. Okay, that's fine. All right. So we're gonna grab all of our pills, or our fancy pills anyway. What do we not need to take with us? Well, you don't need that book, obviously. Let's go. Oh, I do want our prepared birch bark. Is that a blizzard? It sounds like a blizzard. And that's because it is. Okay then. Oh, we can use that to do some more repairs. That is needed. Oh, right, we got the shoes. Speaking of things we don't need. Very good. Okay, oh yeah, prepared birch bark. Yeah, just bring it all. Will we need it all? Hopefully not, but we'll have it. And we can prepare that. That's all fine. I don't know why these keep losing condition. I'm sure there's an explanation for it, but I'll be darned if I know what it is. Yes, we got 23% bow. If we're gonna hunt along the way at all, it's gonna get even worse. Oh, I had more arrows there. Well, heck. Okay. Give me... Yeah, 53% is fine. That is less so. All right, jeez. Okay. It's noon and the blizzard is still going. So, I don't know. We might... This might not be a traveling day. This might be a recuperation and a planning day. Is that... Those are also... Yes, we've got peaches for days. We got 3 things oil. We have so very many bags of flour. Okay, you know what? Let's just use the time. Couple guts. Yeah, give me a deer hide and a bear hide. Yeah, 70% around the time it makes sense to repair. And then, like with most, with most things, like 80% is where we start to get. There's enough warmth loss that it's worth it to. Oh, I need 2 guts. All right, that's fine. Yeah, that's where I think where it becomes economical, if you will. There we are. Now, how much do you weigh? 4 kilos. So right now, what do we have? We don't have a lot of firewood. We got all of our pills, 2.5 kilos worth. Don't have a lot of water. I can break this down. That's a crappy torch. What else can we leave behind? Well, we can leave, where's that, we're not going to be using the firearm cleaning kit, I'm pretty sure. 5 flare shells should be enough, I hope so. Camera doesn't weigh anything, that's fine. We don't have any extra film, that's fine. Yeah, we can grab firewood along the way. We got basic meds. Oh, do I have any extra? Yeah, I might save the go drinks for the mine. That's fine. That's fine. Do we need a can opener? Well, no, but our whetstone isn't great, and neither is our hatchet, so that might be a savings. Is it seriously still blizzarding? It is, in fact, seriously still blizzarding. Wow. Okay. Again, maybe spending a month away has led me to forget just the how persistent blizzards can be. Okay, any other prep we want to do? Because right now, light on wood and water, we've got about 5 kilos of carry capacity, basically. Let's see, 0.65, 0.75, 0.75. Yeah, pies only need like point. Actually, I don't have to guess. I can check. Yeah, the pies take like 0.05 of cooking oil. So 10. Yeah, so one point. Yes, 0.75 liters. That's 15 pies right there. And if we're killing deer, they will give us fat that we can turn into more oil. Plus, we got all that fat across, so we can just take these. It's probably fine. Yeah, I suppose. Really? That sewing kit was what, 14%? All right. All right. Okay. You say so, game. If you say so. Let's take that one back. Man. let's see, arrows. I've got that one plus those, and I got all those. Yeah, ammo-wise, we're okay. Probably more than okay, actually. So let me get a little cloth. Uh, yeah, those will do. I'm not as strict a believer in always having 15 sticks and 5 pieces of cloth on me as I was when I first started playing this game, but I will say I do feel a little safer if I at least have 5 pieces of cloth on me. Okay, yeah, it is sundown. We basically spent the whole day indoors. Uh, any hides, water, and 3 ptarmigan down? Where did I leave my ptarmigan down? Is it here? Oh no, only one ptarmigan down per. That seems. I mean, I don't want to give notes to Sutherland, but that may be undervaluing ptarmigan down. Or he just has lots of ptarmigan landing on his boat and he doesn't need help with that. That could also be the case. All right, if you say so, bud. All right, but we're definitely not leaving here tonight. So you know what? It's fine. So, where are these fucking wolves that just decided to suddenly reappear? Because they are, frankly, harshing my mellow. Okay, did it... All right, if we don't have the water over there, we'll make it. It's fine. Or do I just want to go get some? Like I can see the log sort from here. And we have decent energy. You know what? It's fine. And who knows? Maybe while we're oot scooting about, we'll see that jerk wolf from last night. Assuming no, yeah. If you kill an Aurora wolf and then come back and check on it after the Aurora has passed, it'll still be there. I should know that. We've done that. Yeah. Again, it's not a big deal. We have well, we have so many wolf hides to spare. Okay. Yeah, we'll roll the dice with the trader one more time, but this time, chat, if we don't get what we want, we leave. And we start our run to the far territory. It's gonna take a while. It's not like the longest trip we can make. That they'll be starting in DP, but it's close. Two, three, four,
And this pack is
five.
kind of heavy.
Yeah, I know, girl. I know. I'm cannibalizing my mini bases just for the sake of convenience, and I suppose saving a match. Yes, dear, I hear you. So what do we take this trip? We're okay. I'll grab the moose hide cloak. We'll bring that with us. So we're gonna bring the. Wait, no. Yeah, we need more than this. Because there's all that flour. We can take the oil. Basically, we make this run everything but. Yeah, we'll take the pills. And the cloak. And the processed birch bark. And then like the next trip we make will be the flour and the peaches? Ooh, that's gonna be slow. Well, no, it says it only has to be 2 trips. We could do 3. It's not going to be the most scintillating gameplay you've ever seen, but it's all working up towards something big. Or so I assume. I'm still not 100% sure how this is going to go. Because it's going to... Because like, how do we... Well, I had a horrifying thought. Once we're in, like, how do we pass... Like, yeah, that's how we pass time by disassembling, but like, how do I save? Because, yeah, passing time is out of the question. And you can't safe house customization in the mine. So once cabin fever kicks in, are we stuck for the duration? Because 25 days of disassembling and eating and trying not to go stir crazy. Would I have to do that in a single sitting? Ooh. Oh, that is horrifying. So, worst case scenario, yeah, either I have to quit or the game crashes or my stream crashes because my internet goes out, and I got to do the whole thing over again. Oh, good. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even gonna contemplate that. You know, we're gonna Yeah, we're gonna Norman Vincent Peale this bad boy. We're gonna do this through the power of positive thinking and protracted planning. Yeah, sure. Yeah, positive thinking, protracted planning, and paranoia. Because that would be the way, right? I I do all this nonsense. I haul it, all the way across the world of Great Bear, and then I get the achievement. I step out and I get ganked by a toxic wolf. Oh, come on. But that is my fear. We run it so close to the edge that Astrid is, she's in rough shape coming out of the mine, and we burn through all of our resources just to get through those 25 days, and then we gotta recover while still in the Zoc, which is not a zone with an abundance of food. But again, that's a future us problem. And in reality, all we need to do to head that off is just bring a little extra.
It's dark out here. Time to look for shelter.
Have an extra pie or two. And just, pay attention to the meters. And again, I just say we have more than 1,000, 1,300 hours in this game. I should know. I should. It seems to me that being able to navigate that should be something I am capable of doing. Again, just make sure there's food, water, and meds on hand, and well, yeah, we'll need a solution to the whole sleeping thing. That is, oh God, it just occurred to me. Once we're done, where do we sleep? Well, okay, hang on. Okay, they're like the garages, or whatever. By yeah, along the railroad track. So the tracks that are in the mine area. There's I guess a workshop or whatever that has like a fire barrel and like one of those little rim grills and a workbench. Just start a fire there. Drop the bedroll by that, and then just have that be our outdoor sleeping. Yeah, honestly, that'd be fine. And it's that built up area of the Zoc, so there's going to be crates aplenty. So worst comes to worst, there's firewood. Okay, I keep coming up with new problems. But what about this? What if this happens? And you know what it is? Again, as I mentioned earlier, that it's that very near throw in HRV. Yeah, so I mean, if you haven't heard me recount that, it was at like, day 450 something. Those guts? Those are ruined guts. What are those doing out there? Can you use ruined guts? I don't know. Let's find out. Anyway, I was in HRV. Day 450 something, going for 500. I can't remember why I climbed down into the basin, but I did. And the moose was there. And I mean, I got it, but it got me too. Which would have been a problem, except for whatever reason, I went down there with no painkillers on me and not enough rose hips to make 2 teas. And there aren't enough rose hips down there to make the necessary teas. So I had the bandages to fix the broken ribs, but I didn't have the pain killing. So I was afraid. I was kind of hosed. And the only reason that Astrid is here today to complain as much as she does is I had to figure out on the fly that it is possible to stim climb with broken ribs. I didn't even get water. All right, well, we'll deal with that. So if you don't know, what you got to do is basically, so a stim will it'll let you climb, but it won't give back your the weight. So your carry capacity will still be nerfed, but you're allowed to climb. So what I had to do was basically cut Astrid's pack down to like 14 kilograms. And that basically I had to drop the heavy coat, drop the deerskin boots, and then climb out of the basin, just power back to Milton, and then fix the rest.
Well, my pal on the radio. On it.
And so then when I got Astrid over because I tried twice stim climbing with the regular pack weight and didn't even make it up to the ledge before she started falling off the rope. I thought I was done for. I thought I'd thrown the run. Third time was the charm. So if I hadn't gone down there with 4 stims and been that kind of paranoid, yeah, it would have been an issue. But I was so relieved when I got Astrid up out of the base, and I was in tears on stream. You know, maybe more of a, more emotional of a reaction than one might need for a video game. But I'd spent a calendar year playing that character. I was attached to her. And now here we are trying to do another 500 days. But yeah, so I am more risk averse than I might otherwise be had I not had that encounter with mortality. If nothing else, it reinforced the need to always have meds on me. I know, very, established people in the community, people with Twitch and YouTube viewerships much larger than mine. As said, like, there's no point carrying around painkillers, overrated thing, useless, etc. and so forth. Maybe they're right. Maybe it's the sort of thing you can just deal with on the fly. For me in my house, I will have those fuckers with me wherever I go, because that memory will always be with me. Hey, Kia, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope your weekend's going well. Oh, hey, appreciate the bit. Yeah, I basically spent the last 2.5 hours telling myself we're going to pack up and we're going to haul a bunch of stuff to the far territory. And then the game keeps telling me, no, you're not. Oh, there we go. There's the water I've been neglecting. So yeah. Eventually because we're prepping to do the Langston Mine achievement. And I got flour, I got peaches, I've got oil, I've got meds. Eventually, we're gonna take the long road to Transfer Pass. I'm gonna leave them there, but I just need a blizzard-free day that'll let me do that. And those have been a little scarce of late. And the pine trees. Yeah, I think. Yeah, between Briar House Pie and Peach Pie, I think it'll put us in a good spot. It's just all that flour, because we're gonna need flour for peach pies and for Briar House pies. We're probably gonna need 3 bags at least. And that is going to be a very heavy trip. But it has to be done, because I don't think there's much flour waiting for us out there. Or if there is, I don't want to gamble on where it might be. because there's probably, yeah, there's almost certainly no flour in Sundered Pass. Maybe there's some flour at the idle camp, and there could be flour in the airfield. Maybe at the hangar, maybe at one of the island cottages, but that's a long way to go on a maybe. Versus, I got a dozen at least here. I'll deal with the monotony and the slog. Oh, for fuck's sake. Didn't I kill you last night? It was that exact same spot. How? Okay, that's either that's a wild coincidence or that's an instant respawn. Or did it, or did it not bleed out last night? Oh, I don't like that either. Well, anyway, it's definitely dead now. You're looking for someone to pass. Only reason you're not a veteran. And honestly, understandable. That's a lot to deal with. If we'll have the cabin on fire, if it's the top left cabin, that's definitely in one of the cabins. Okay. We'll see. What I might do, I might take the 3 I know we'll need, and then I can, well, as we go hunting for ptarmigan, rabbits, and deer, I can keep an eye out for some spare bags. Hey, patience, Sutherland. I'm talking to chat.
You again?
Who are you expecting? Fievel Moscovitz?
That all depends on what you need.
Okay, I want one thing. And you do not have it. Man, I saw the face of God. I saw caffeine pills once. I should have gone all in. Guaranteed flour, one of the cabins, the top left cabin. Okay, so the one across the lake. All right. Well, we'll see. Yeah, well, we can. There's going to be much meat hunting while we're out there. So we'll if it's there, we'll find it. Heck. Here, give me a bag of dried apples.
Time to buzz off.
I don't need those, but just something to keep him busy. But yeah, that's exactly the trade we were. But yes, it's the kind of trade that tells me, yep, time to move on. You just recently got your challenge on the TLD website. Oh, really? Which challenge is that? Yeah, do tell. What did I? Oh, the yeah, those. Do I need all those? Probably not. Yeah, I forgot I had a batch sitting in here. Okay, that doesn't do a whole lot, but we'll have some waiting for us. All right. For once, we'll give Astrid a good night's sleep. Yeah, I saw. What was it? Thor was it like the Jack of no trades? Like you're supposed to. Yeah, you're supposed to like. There's a certain number of days where the goal is to have the the lowest amount of XP or the skill points. Oh, and thank you for the follow, Silky Little Ghost. That is much appreciated. It's called Unbreakable Body or the Kia Challenge. It's unbeaten even by yourself. Oh, yeah, so okay, so it says Unbreakable Body. Do I detect something happening in Misery? That sounds like a Misery challenge. How's that? Oh, Russian Master. Thanks so much for the Prime. Well, the Bezos bucks. Thank you very much. But yeah. Tell us about the challenge, Kia. Okay, it's like 10 a.m. or so. Okay, I'm gonna grab this because okay, it takes 2 hours to harvest. We want stuff that takes a long time to harvest because that's how we're gonna pass time in the mine. You only play lower or above, typically misery or pure outer. Oh God, pure outer misery. That sounds like it sounds like misery. Okay, so what must one do in the Unbreakable Body Challenge? Okay, we can grab sticks on the way. We have our meds and our energy drinks. Clothing is fine. We are light on food. Okay, let's pop across. We'll get some cured meat and we'll get some water on our way out the zone. Ammo wise, we're fine. Yeah, so that's going to be this trip. Next trip, we're taking some of our peaches, our flour. Yeah, actually, screw it. Give me
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
all the oil. Okay, we're a kilo over. Yeah, we'll roll a little heavy. It's fine. Oh no. Oh, yeah, the pemmican. Yeah, there we go. Because the pemmican gives us unburdened. So it'll mitigate our overloadedness. If only a little. No, 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 no. I was about to say, oh, I go harvest that wolf right there. No. We're here on business. And that business is we're gonna get pemmican and maybe some cured meat. We're gonna go to my favorite fishing hut. We're gonna grab some water, and we're going to leave. We have been here in this zone for almost 160 days. Like I said earlier, if you could have cabin fever for a region, Astrid would have it. Challenge 500 misery days without losing any health after broken body. Wow. Must have full health and well fed before it hits, or you fail. After broken body, you can't lose a single health point. No health recipes. Oh, unless used before broken body. Trader is optional. Must survive 500 days without losing a single health. Okay, I can understand why it's unbeaten. That is a robust challenge. So you can lose health. Yeah, you can lose health before broken body. Because like, if you had to have like what like the equivalent of a no hit run for all of misery, that would just be. I don't know that it would be doable, because that would mean you had to stay warm like right at the spawn, and like early in the challenge is like freezing and maybe even frostbite is almost a given. But I know there are some truly hardcore people out there, and there are people who would be all too happy to take up that challenge. Okay, I got 4 pemmican bars. Oh, fuck's sake. And that's 16 pemmican bars.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
I don't know that I need 16. Let me drop half that stack. Give me my bow back. Your record is 306 days on this misery challenge, and then 508 on regular misery. Oof. Oh, you're on vacation right now? Oh, yeah, enjoy your vacation. The challenge is all you're streaming lately. Well, I can definitely see how that would be all-consuming. Because like, I think I've tried I took like 1 crack at misery. I think what did I get? Yeah, like 40, yeah, like 42, 43 days. Actually, I can check. Yeah, 43 days. Which for a first attempt was shockingly good. But I would be in no rush to go back. Oh, I appreciate that, Kia. Yeah. Because yeah, that would be. I mean, it's an ordeal just to get to where broken body kicks in, and then 500 days on top of that. Whew, almost. Yeah, in in retrospect, I kind of hosed myself. I had my heart set on making a bearskin coat, but I was so locked in on that, I burned through all my food, and I ended up starving to death. And if memory serves, I had like the nut draw in terms of afflictions. Like I got, was it the rheumatic joints and sour stomach as my first 2? And I guess like those are like the ones you want to ease your way in. It's like unsettled mind or unquiet mind, and the one like the frigid bones. Those are rough. I went past my fishing hut. I shouldn't have done that. But yeah, well, part of it was me having some bad rolls on food poisoning, but also I I ignored acorns. I stayed in Milton too long. It's getting to Broken Body is doable for me. Uh, I know it won't be a particularly pleasant experience, but I'm reasonably certain I can do it. I need to lock in and basically be even more risk averse than I already am. But man, yeah, much respect to anyone even attempting Kia's challenge. That is a I my mind cannot fathom voluntarily doing that. But then again, this is what I'm locked in on. I have basically made it my mission to get as far, like, I want the achievements. And to be fair, doing all the Steam achievements will involve getting Broken Body at some point. But I I remember just like the whole thing being so stressful. Like normally I play the Long Dark to relax. It's a great way to wind down the day. But on Misery, every decision matters. And even more so than in the regular game, you whiff once, and it's real easy for things to spiral out of control. Like you miss a food poisoning roll. Assuming you even have the drugs, you still got to sleep for 10 hours. You sleep for those 10 hours, you don't get any condition back. And you still burn calories, which leaves you desperate for food, which means you might make more questionable choices and get food poisoning all over again. Not that I would know anything about that. Fine, I'll have a drink too. Although I will say this. I've been around long enough to know that when big updates happen, like is coming at the end of this month, strangeness has been known to worm its way into the game. And if you have a run you're attached to, like say this one right here, it might behoove one to pause for a time and try some other challenges, like try some of the challenges on the TLD website that Kia mentioned, or it might be a time to have a go at Misery if one does not normally play Misery. And if any weirdness happens to end those runs early, hey, they weren't long-term material in the first place. Shit. But see, it's funny you mentioned that. I actually did, but before, before the website existed, and honestly, it wasn't even that good. I made the Summit Sweep challenge, where you had it was on Pilgrim or maybe Voyager if you wanted the aggressive wildlife, and basically the Dark Walker has tasked you with clearing the summit of as much evidence of human existence as possible. Now, obviously, you can't make the plane go away, but there's the loot in the plane. Oh, capsule, right. Did I empty that out? I did, okay. And I forgot all about that thing. But yeah, I made it so that there were like a bronze, silver, gold, and platinum tier rewards. Like bronze, just take all the human-made loot off the summit. Like do whatever you want with it. Take it down to mountaineers, harvest it, whatever. That silver tier, take all the loot and the wood off the summit. Do whatever you want with it. Burn it, harvest, whatever. Gold tier, take all the wood and loot off the summit and deposit it in Mountaineers. And then platinum was do the gold tier rewards, but on Dark Walker. Now, when I made that, and I tested it out, I learned that I severely underestimated how much wood is actually on the summit. So that took the challenge from quirky but maybe fun to it pushed it over into being tedious. So I might, if I'm gonna dust that off, I might need to tinker with it a little bit. Because the inspiration behind that was seeing people who normally are like Loper and above players experiencing life on Pilgrim during the All Your Bases tournament, like dealing with Pilgrim wildlife, Pilgrim loot, etc. And so I wanted to recreate that a little bit, but actually maybe not the wildlife so much, but having to having to swim through all that loot and actually move around with it, because we're all familiar with the Pilgrim loot shuffle. And in addition, if you're going to be taking it to Mountaineers, it's a challenge that involves goating, and I am a big proponent of the art of goating. And if you're going to make a challenge that you yourself would enjoy playing. And I'm the kind of TLD player that I would find that sort of thing engaging, at least for a time. And I guess if you knew, like, because I know there's a way to goat up to the summit, and not avoid all ropes. I guess if you could do that, you go down a few times. Well, several times if you're taking all the loot at least. You could do that in a decently, in a decent amount of time. You know, a day or two, depending on how hard you wanted to push yourself. But I know that that's not necessarily the kind of survival challenge a lot of people want out of TLD. So, but like most things I do around here, it was mostly to amuse myself. Actually, hang on. Okay, we're going to follow the tracks. We're going to go through Mystery Lake into Muskeg. Would it be faster to go, like we take the rope down or we goat down, and we go to Muskeg via Bleak? Because this would put us on the high end of Bleak. You'd have to go to the radio hut, goat down. No. Or if it is faster, it's also much higher risk. Because Timbies, plus you got the moose waiting by the exit. Yeah, okay. My min-max brain was kicking in. I shouldn't do that. Yeah, if we were trying to speed run our way to the far territory, maybe that would be the play, but honestly, we're in the opposite of that. We're trying to drag this bad boy out as long as possible. Oh yeah, and I remind myself, if I was to screw up the goat down to the ravine and to Bleak, there's lots of kill balls out there that would be all too happy to end this run in an untimely fashion. So maybe we don't do that. Oh, stop, game. I'm already over the ledge. Don't you try to double dip the tense music. You know, the trestle is one thing, but not that. I'll grab the birch bark while we come through here. So that's more birch bark for us when we go to the mine. Are we? Yeah. I was thinking we're gonna have to prepare that birch ahead of time, aren't we? And not just like prepare the birch bark, but make the tea. And I do believe that would to be the case. Because otherwise, while we're in the mine, and once we have cabin fever, we can't advance time. Like you can't pass time until
Sure I can carry much more.
water's boiled or cooking is done. Yeah, Kia, am I right about that? Where so what we're gonna try to do the mine achievement. Am I right in thinking that once cabin fever kicks in, the only option we have to accelerate time is to be harvesting or disassembling something? Like, because we can't pass time while we can't sleep, we can't pass time while cooking or making water. So